The world has known many thieves, but none have attained the legendary status of the Shadow Phantom. His name sends shivers down the spines of those who possess wealth and power. He is a whisper in the darkness, a phantom in the night. Even the most seasoned detectives find themselves outsmarted. Who is this enigmatic figure? How did he become the world's most elusive thief? His story begins in the crowded, chaotic streets of Mumbai, India, far from the luxurious world of his future exploits. His name is Arjun Patel. Arjun's early life was a study in contrasts. He was born into poverty, but his mind was a treasure trove of brilliance. While other children played games, Arjun's playground was the bustling marketplace. There he honed his skills, his nimble fingers learning the arts of pickpocketing and lockpicking. He was a prodigy, moving with an uncanny grace that belied his young age. But Arjun was not destined to remain a common street thief. He had a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for something more. He devoured books on art, history, and technology, his mind absorbing information like a sponge. His destiny, he knew, lay beyond the slums of Mumbai. His legend was waiting to be written. Arjun Patel was different from the other children in the slums. While they played cricket, Arjun devoured books. He was fascinated by grand heists. As he grew, his skills became legendary. Arjun planned the perfect heist. He replaced the dagger with a replica. The only clue? A jack of spades. The theft of the Mughal dagger made headlines across India. Arjun Patel, the once anonymous street thief, was now a figure of intrigue and mystery. He set his sights on Paris, the City of Lights, and its crown jewel, the Louvre Museum. The Louvre, home to the Mona Lisa, was a fortress of security. Laser grids, motion sensors, and guards protected its treasures. But Arjun saw a challenge, a puzzle to be solved. For months, he studied the museum's layout and security. His target was the Mona Lisa, the most famous painting in the world. The audacity of his plan was breathtaking. He would need to navigate a labyrinth of corridors and disable security. He chose Bastille Day, when the city would be distracted by fireworks. Disguised as a maintenance worker, Arjun infiltrated the Louvre. His movements were fluid, precise, a testament to years of planning. He moved through the shadows, a phantom in the night. Arjun's natural talent for thievery was undeniable. The crowded streets of Mumbai became his university. He observed, he learned, he practiced. Every pocket picked, every lock jimmied was a lesson. He sought knowledge beyond practical skills. He studied famous criminals, learning from their mistakes. Arjun understood the importance of anonymity. As Arjun's skills developed, so did his ambition. He craved bigger challenges, more valuable prizes. He began targeting wealthy homes, art galleries, even small museums. His heists were meticulously planned and flawlessly executed. The Mumbai police were baffled. He was a ghost, a whisper in the wind. Arjun's growing reputation attracted Vijay Kumar, a legendary thief known as the Professor. Kumar, now retired in the Himalayas, saw potential in Arjun. He agreed to mentor him, teaching the art of thievery. Under Kumar's guidance, Arjun's skills sharpened. He learned planning, patience, and ethics. Arjun thrived, becoming a master of his craft. Paris, the City of Lights, thrummed with an undercurrent of anticipation. The Bastille Day celebrations were in full swing, the night sky ablaze with fireworks, the streets echoing with music and laughter. But high above the joyous crowds, hidden in the shadows of the Louvre Museum, Arjun Patel prepared for his most audacious heist yet. He had spent months studying the Louvre, memorizing its layout, its security protocols, the routines of its guards. He knew every camera angle, every blind spot, every creak of the ancient floorboards. Tonight, the museum with its priceless treasures was his to conquer. Dressed in the nondescript uniform of a maintenance worker, he blended seamlessly into the background, his movements precise, economical, a testament to years of training under Vijay Kumar's watchful eye. He moved through the labyrinthine corridors, a phantom navigating a world of shadows and secrets. His heart thrummed with a strange mix of excitement and trepidation. This was not Mumbai. This was the Louvre, home to some of the world's most famous works of art, protected by state-of-the-art security systems and an army of watchful guards. But Arjun thrived on challenges. The impossible, he had learned, was merely a matter of perspective. Arjun's plan was a symphony of timing, misdirection, and technological prowess. He had studied the Louvre's security system, exploiting its weaknesses, turning its strengths against itself. He had designed a device that would create a series of phantom images on the security cameras, a digital smokescreen to mask his movements. He had also spent weeks studying the habits of the guards, learning their routines, their weaknesses, their blind spots. He knew precisely when to move, when to pause, when to create a distraction to draw attention away from his true objective. He made his way to the Salle des États, the heart of the Louvre, where the Mona Lisa hung, encased in bulletproof glass, a beacon of beauty and mystery. The room was surprisingly quiet, the usual throngs of tourists absent at this late hour. Only the soft hum of the climate control system broke the silence. He had anticipated every possible scenario, every potential obstacle. He had backup plans for his backup plans. But as he stood before the Mona Lisa, a wave of doubt washed over him. Was he pushing his luck? Was this heist, this act of audacity, a step too far? He pushed the doubt aside. He had come too far to turn back now. This was not just about stealing a painting, no matter how famous or valuable. This was about testing his limits, about proving to himself and to the world that nothing was impossible. He worked swiftly, his movements a blur of practiced precision. The bulletproof glass, touted as impenetrable, shattered silently under the touch of his specialized tools. He lifted the painting from its frame, replacing it with a perfect replica he had commissioned months earlier, a testament to his meticulous planning. The alarm system, disabled by his device, remained silent. The guards, distracted by a staged incident in another wing of the museum, were none the wiser. Arjun, clutching the Mona Lisa, melted back into the shadows, his heart pounding in his chest, adrenaline coursing through his veins. He moved with a newfound urgency, his senses on high alert. He knew that it was only a matter of time before the theft was discovered, before the Louvre was swarming with police, before the city of Paris erupted in chaos. He exited the museum the same way he had entered, unnoticed, a ghost in the night. He made his way to his prearranged extraction point, his mind racing ahead, already planning his next move, his escape from the City of Lights. The following morning, as Paris awoke to the news of the impossible heist, Arjun was already gone, vanished into thin air, leaving behind a city in an uproar and a legacy that would forever be etched in the annals of art history. The police were baffled. The security experts were speechless. The world was in awe. How could someone have breached the Louvre's legendary security and made off with the world's most famous painting? The answer, whispered in hushed tones in the corridors of power and in the shadowy corners of the underworld, was as simple as it was chilling. The shadow phantom had struck again. The Mona Lisa heist catapulted Arjun Patel, the shadow phantom, onto the world stage. No longer a mere whisper in the bustling streets of Mumbai, he was now an international enigma. Newspapers around the globe splashed his name across their front pages, speculating on his identity, his methods, his next audacious target. Arjun, however, remained unfazed by the media frenzy. He saw the world as his canvas, each daring heist a stroke of brilliance, a testament to his intellect and skill. His ambition, once confined to the dusty streets of his childhood, now spanned continents. He would become a legend, a phantom who challenged the very notion of security and possession. His targets were carefully chosen, not just for their material value, but for their cultural significance. He targeted symbols of power and wealth, exposing the vulnerabilities of institutions and individuals who believed themselves untouchable. He was a phantom, yes, but not a villain. His actions, he believed, were a form of social commentary, a challenge to the status quo. His next heist would be even more audacious than the Mona Lisa theft, a daring operation that would target the very heart of the global diamond trade, the Antwerp Diamond Exchange. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more thrilling tales of the Shadow Phantom. The Antwerp Diamond Exchange, a fortress of security nestled in the heart of the Belgian city, was considered impenetrable. Its vaults, secured by multiple layers of steel, concrete and laser grids, held a king's ransom in precious stones. It was a challenge worthy of the Shadow Phantom's unique talents. Arjun, however, saw not obstacles, but opportunities. He spent months studying the exchange, analyzing its security protocols, mapping its network of underground tunnels, and even infiltrating its staff by assuming the identity of a mild-mannered diamond courier. His plan was audacious, relying on a combination of technological prowess, psychological manipulation, and a deep understanding of human nature. He would exploit the exchange's reliance on routine, turning their predictability against them. On a night of a carefully orchestrated city-wide blackout, Arjun made his move. While the city plunged into darkness, he navigated the exchange's labyrinthine corridors with the familiarity of someone who had walked them 1,000 times before. He bypassed pressure plates, deactivated infrared sensors, and even manipulated the air pressure within the vault to avoid triggering its delicate vibration detectors. The world watched in astonishment as the news of the Antwerp Diamond Exchange heist broke. Arjun, however, was already planning his next move. He had set his sights on the Mask of Tutankhamun, housed within the heavily guarded walls of Cairo's Museum of Antiquities. The world held its breath as the news of the Shadow Phantom's latest target spread like wildfire. The Mask of Tutankhamun, a symbol of ancient Egypt's glory, was considered a national treasure. And then, on a day when the sun beat down with unrelenting fury, the crew. Arjun believed that every heist was a psychological game, a battle of wits between himself and his target. He studied his marks meticulously, researching their habits, their weaknesses, their deepest desires. He understood the power of suggestion, of planting ideas in people's minds, leading them to make decisions that played directly into his hands. Arjun understood that people craved control, the illusion of security, the belief that their possessions were safe. He exploited this need for control, creating elaborate scenarios that played on their deepest fears. While they were preoccupied with their imaginary adversaries, Arjun would slip in unnoticed, a phantom in the night. Arjun's heists were rarely about the objects themselves, but about the challenge, the thrill of the game. He saw the world as his chessboard, each heist a carefully calculated gambit. He believed that the best heists were those that left his pursuers baffled, wondering how he had pulled it off. The Star of Eternity, a diamond of unparalleled brilliance, rested in the heart of the Dragon's Lair, the heavily fortified vault beneath the Grand Macau Casino. For Arjun, the Star of Eternity was more than just a valuable prize. It represented the pinnacle of his career, the ultimate challenge to his skills as a thief. Arjun's plan was audacious, relying on a delicate balance of timing, technology, and misdirection. He had infiltrated the casino's security system weeks earlier, planting a series of carefully crafted anomalies. As the clock ticked down to the appointed hour, Arjun felt a familiar surge of adrenaline. The night of the heist, the Grand Macau Casino pulsed with energy. At precisely 11:53 p.m., the lights flickered, dimmed, and then died completely. Arjun had 7 minutes to exploit the chaos, 7 minutes to navigate the labyrinthine corridors to the Dragon's Lair. The Dragon's Lair was a marvel of modern engineering, a vault designed to withstand any assault. He bypassed the biometric scanners, disabled the pressure plates, and navigated the laser grid with a dancer's grace. The Star of Eternity, nestled on a bed of black velvet, pulsed with an inner light. The lights of the Grand Macau Casino blazed once more, but the air now carried a new scent, unease. News of the Star of Eternity's disappearance ripped through the world like a rogue wave. The shadow phantom, it seemed, had vanished as completely as the treasures he coveted. The world, once confident in its systems of control, had been irrevocably altered. The shadow phantom's audacious heists had exposed the inherent vulnerabilities of even the most secure institutions. He had become a legend, a myth, a ghost story whispered in the corridors of power. Years passed. The initial shock of the Star of Eternity's disappearance faded, replaced by speculation and legend. Theories abounded, each more outlandish than the last. Was the Shadow Phantom a lone genius, a master of disguise and technology? Or was he, as some whispered, the figurehead of a vast, shadowy organization, its tendrils reaching into the highest echelons of power? Books were written, documentaries filmed, each attempting to unravel the enigma that was the Shadow Phantom. Art historians debated the authenticity of the replicas left in the wake of his heists, while security experts marveled at the precision and artistry of his methods. But the truth, like the Phantom himself, remained elusive, shrouded in a veil of mystery and speculation. Some whispered that the Phantom had retired, his vast fortune allowing him to live out his days in luxurious anonymity. Others believed he was still out there, biding his time, planning his next impossible heist. The world his oyster, his legend waiting to be written. The truth, perhaps, lay somewhere in between. The world may never know the true identity of the Shadow Phantom, but his legend would endure, a testament to the power of human ingenuity, the allure of the unknown, and the enduring fascination with the impossible. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of the Shadow Phantom, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing stories.